Welcome everyone. The topic for the day is behavioral management for workplace success. We will learn what is the best way to put ourselves forward so as to ensure success professionally. So, behavioral management for workplace success. Basically, what does it mean? It means to have the maximum utilization of your personal resources at your disposal. Remember, that is what you have at your disposal, be it your personal talent, be it your energy, time relative to whatever is important, whatever is unique to you, whatever is unique that we can give, bring it to the table for the organization. Making the most of it is what we are looking out here. Remember, the time and energy is what we are looking out here at all point of time. So that is what will ensure success and glory to us all together in a professional life. So personal effectiveness, how do we go around it? It is that which ensures success. Be a star performer. What we are looking into it, be a star performer. Do not need any degrees, any medals, but just working on yourself. We are looking at working on yourself, and that is what we are looking for. To have success, so we do not need to have unique degrees, we do not have to come from a pedigree colleges, pedigree qualification, but ensure appropriate behavior, right attitude to ensure success altogether all the time. The benefits are basically we are looking at thinking logically and clearly, structuring thoughts, present idea very effectively. This is what we are looking into it very effectively. Increase the level of confidence to conduct oneself with the employees, with your colleagues, with your superior, with your subordinates, as well as your external customers. That is what we should ensure for about it. So that is what we are looking for. Remember, the agenda for this particular presentation, basically we will try to understand what is meant by positive impact, setting of goals, the trust factors, creating win-win relationship, self-mastery, a particular plan for a personal success, workplace etiquettes. I believe this plays a fundamentally very important roles for your behavioral success altogether. We will definitely speak about the communications, the time management, the stress management, the conflict resolutions, and definitely we'll work on the emotions. So, how do we go across it? First and foremost, what are the positive impact that we come across with? It is a set of behaviors that comes across that is beneficial to every individuals altogether. Uh, did I say about working with your colleagues, your superordinates, or your superiors? Your subordinates or your juniors, is the vertical level that we're talking about it, and the horizontal level we're talking as far as the staffs of an employees are concerned, of an organizations are concerned. So how to be successful to keep the fight by applying 7 high performance behavior to the person professional life. We'll discuss my 7 high performance behavior altogether. So sets of behaviors, what are they? Taking initiative, one and the foremost thing. When everybody goes down, bogs down, when everybody shrugs off responsibility, I would appreciate if you can start taking initiative. No matter it might go wrong, believe me, you have taken initiative, you have shown an urge, you have proactively acted, and even then if you still fail, still you are the only one who have acted on the orders of the superiors. So that adds helps on stand outs in the work. That is definitely, yeah, the 7 habits of highly effective people, what does been stated by Stephen Covey, right? What we be talking about it, first and foremost thing is the being proactive that comes around here. We are talking about how to be much more emphatic, much more it need not be reactive but proactive. Can you please anticipate what is expected, and if you can work on those anticipation and that expectation, and if you can fulfill upon them, nothing like it. Proactive means a lot. Begin with the end in the mind, the goals that we are talking around here, that is what we are looking into it. Put first thing first is what we are talking about, priorities. Yes, this is of the utmost importance. prioritizing is somewhere down the corner, everybody falters around it. Think win-win. Always have a win-win solutions from every and all the stakeholders as far as possible. That is the outcome where everybody would actually fall in love with you, will actually appreciate you. So the fifth is to seek understand and to be understood. Now this is where you need to be very transparent. The one word which I will love to discuss out here, to be transparent as to why you have taken a certain particular set of steps. You need to clarify what is been expected, what is the outcome that requires, why, even if some of your steps look seems detrimental to some of the stakeholders, clarify them as to what would be the short term effects and the long term effect. So seek first to understand and then to understood. So be synergistic, definitely yes. Keep all the stakeholders, keep everyone happy, keep their cooperation, solicit their cooperation, and encourage them to participate in the execution of any work. And the last step would be sharpening your saw, is always edging it down, emphasizing it, why a particular things have been taking place, what was the success ratios, and what could have been done if things have faltered around it. So these are the 7 habits of highly effective people that I keep on saying around it. Stand out at work. What we are talking about standing out at work is to career development is not always about moving up in the organization. Remember this. This is all about having constantly proving yourself right, getting most of the satisfaction in terms of your work life, in terms of your personal life, being the star performer in the organization. That is the way to stand out in a good way, to ensure the consequences of what you think, what you say, and what you do. This is very important. What you think, what you say, and what you do is very, very important. That is way the only way to stand out as to what is going to happen around here. So what to think and what not to think, that is what we will tell it to you. Think about your success, think about positive impact, and believe me not, whatever you think will ensure will happen. It will happen sooner than later. People will have confidence in us when we have confidence in ourselves. This is one thing which everybody falters around it. So let us always have this positive attitude in our workplace. Remember, we gain confidence when skills and knowledge grows. So you need to appear to improve upon your skills and your knowledge. Try, strive every day to learn something or the other thing every now and then. So make personal development plan. No, did I say the pedigree colleges, the pedigree, the Ivy League institution that you want come from it to ensure the qualification? Believe me or not, they help to a certain extent. But if that is one of the armory that is missing in your in your capacity, please acquire one. Why lag? In case if the world believes in certain set of qualification, let us acquire it. Strive to make it happen within your time frame, within your space. Make self-development plan. Always try to improvise whatever deficiency, if any, that happens to be with you. Try to remove them, and that's the only way to go around it. Look at what this particular gentleman who wants to love this sports, be it the tennis racket, be it the ice hockey playing, whatever sports, be the helmet that he comes around it, he's prepared. Try everything, try all the things. Believe me or not, it is always better to be jack of all trades than to be the master of just one. So think about of a job more as uh, more than your job. Absolutely, it's like take everything very personally. Be enthusiastic, be have a positive energy, have an attitude which is thriving and moving ahead in your life. That is what we are looking into it. So what do we go across it? How do we come across the scenarios all the time? It is all about in your brain. It is what you think. Did I say think positively, think proactively, act proactively? So doesn't it feel to get through the day without challenging ourselves? to learn something new or to do something great. This, do you feel this is great, good? I don't think so. You should always challenge yourself. You should always learn something new. Go beyond the minimum of effort. Easy way or the safe part. Always take the tough part altogether. And believe me, the more the tough path that you walk upon it, you will learn more. So that is what we are looking into it. Have an attitude of working hard every now and then. Now we let us say what to think and what not to think. We have finished it out. Let us understand what to say and what not to say. Remember, appropriate language is the order of the day in an official platform. In a corporate language, never use inappropriate languages like swearing or slang. Do not complain. Do not argue too much. Never be politicized. Always have a positive impact. They definitely do not go behind the back of your superiors to talk bad about them. One of the foremost thing. One other thing that needs to be talking around is about your own personal problem. Definitely, yes, every individual might be going through certain personal ups and downs. It is better to project the ups, the positives of your personal side, rather than coming up with your personal problem, the negative, because everybody might at the end of the day pity you. If not, they will have fun at the expense of you. So do not allow that to happen. Let us understand what to do and what not to do. First and foremost thing is to be very professional. Look and act as one. You should always be professional during the meeting commitments and respecting your responsibilities towards one and everyone. Remember, you are representing the organization, come what may. Your attitude, uh, your actions will actually be attributed to the decorum of the organization. So be professional in your outlook, in your outfit. So have fun at work at the same time. Definitely, yes. Let people know you can handle a difficult situation with a level head. If not, you might be under stress, but believe me or not, you can keep your head calm. You can take positive, well calculated decision. Watch your appearances of being well groomed. Well, you are taking your bathing regularly, trimming your beards, count your hairs, etc., etc. Remember to dress well, dress appropriate as per the organization's rules and regulations. Be matured in behaving like a reliable grown up. This is what we are looking into it. We will talk about the growth opportunities for yourself. First and foremost thing is to build network, have relationships, positive relationships, and I am saying relationship in across the counter. It's a 360-degree relationships. It's not only your employees that you're talking about. It is not only your superiors that you're talking about. It is not only your subordinates that you're talking about. It is also the customers. Remember, learn from your mistake. Be flexible. Always have an attitude to take up the challenges and take up the jobs time and again. Create a win-win relationship. Develop your communication and behavioral skills to create a climate of trust, collaboration, and goodwill with co-workers. This is what we love to go around it. Have sense of trust, collaboration, and goodwill with your co-workers time and again. This is going to help you out every now and then. Self mastery, this is what we are talking about as a plan for your personal success. Learn the principles of personal management, time management, work management, ethical behaviors, confidence building, effectiveness. These all are going to help you out here. Remember, for self mastery, this is what is all about it. Being receptivity or being flexible. Have a character in yourself. You cannot, whatever be the case, always have confidence. Remember, this is what we are looking into it as confidence for the individual purposes. So this is what we look out here at the times in sense of etiquettes at work. Remember, what are the work etiquettes? Every time you meet, take initiatives to say hello, take initiative to wish that individual. There is nothing wrong with that, right? Always have a proactive notions as far as physical and verbal behaviors are concerned. Etiquettes at work is always sit up straight, Always be attentive. Remember your appearances counts. Taking a particular note of a coworker annoyances is a good place to start. This is what we will talk around it. It's a good place to start. If somebody is worried, somebody is apprehensive, use them as a thumb rule of a behavior that they find particularly obtrusive, and make concerted effort not to do the same. So basically, if you find people are getting apprehensive of your working, of your approaches, of your vocabulary, of your communication style, try to avoid them. One, try to learn what are the boundaries that they would love to be respected, and if possible do that. Use common sense. Try not to be too loud, too unpleasant. Avoid strong cologne. Definitely do not use a very strong cologne or a perfume which actually um, um, might distract your employees, your colleagues, might not be appreciated by altogether. So try to use a light one, the soft one, and always be in your business. Always mind your own work. Always do the work that has been assigned to you. Try not to creep the other person. Try not to overstep on other people boundaries altogether. This is what are the tips that I would love to go around it. Be self-aware. The most important thing is to be respecting yourself, is to be loving yourself. Self-awareness is a critical component in to etiquette or any situation. This is what we are looking at out here. So what are the noises that you keep to yourself? You need to keep your noises to yourself. You need to keep your germs to yourself. We'll come to the subsequent thing. Remember, when you are using mobiles, whenever you're using phones or your conference call, you should not be speaking loudly across partitions. You should say in a fashion that only the concerned person that you are addressing, they should be able to hear you. If your voices is if your voices is going over the pitch, or everybody is accessible to what is actually happening with you and your co-workers, that is sorry state of affairs. That is where you are doing the wrong thing. So keep your volume down. The way you walk around it, be soft in your approaches. Answer promptly when the phone rings. This is what we look into it. And definitely your personal mobile, please keep the ringer to a lowest possible down, so that only you can understand whenever there is a call which is coming for you. And remember, this call comes for you, not for the organizations to be disturbed. Everybody must be or should be absorbed in their own work altogether. Did I say about keeping your germs to yourself? When you sneeze, please cover your nose. This is what we look to go around it. This is very basic thing that people do not take care of. Failure to do so is so being so rude, or people will start avoiding you. Do you want that thing to happen? It is better to keep your germs to yourself. Be considerate to everyone, everywhere. Have a healthy habits in terms of anything and everything that goes around here. Your workstation should always be clean, spick and span, that we are looking into it. Communication is what we talk around it. How do we talk about it? Speak with more confidence. Listen with them. That is what we are looking into it, to build rapport, to build sense of cooperation, instill a sense of trust whenever you speak with any of the superiors or any of the subordinates or anyone in particular. Analyze your own body language, and if utilize them to your advantages. This is what we will require it time and again. Talking about time, it's all about managing them. Being successful in your workplace, you require to be ensure that time is always in your side. Now, remember that time management is a myth. We only have 24 hours. Remember, this is something which is true. Even for the lowest of the echelon of the workers in the organization has 24 hours, and so does the person who is occupying the highest of the echelon in the organization. They too have 24 hours. So all we have to manage is ourselves, and we do the same thing with the time. Find out what are you wasting for. Probably you're taking too much of a break. Probably you're taking a too much of a lunch time. So whatever your time wasters is it the case that you are responding to your emails, personal mails? Is it that you are wasting time in your social media? If so, please uh, respect the official decorum. Please prioritize your work and cut down the time wasters that goes around it. So prioritize ruthlessly, learn to delegate and to outsource. This is what we are looking at. Remember, stress management is another of the factors that needs to be taken care of when you are to ensure success in the workplace. Avoid people who are negativity, who are obsessed with negativity, who do not take or who probably uh, crib all the time. Avoid certain people. Avoid hot button topics. Topics which is political in nature, topic which are related to the organization. Can we speak around general topics? Pare down your to-do list as far as possible. This is the only way where you can actually go across it. So then comes the conflict resolution. Now we talk about the conflict resolution one by one. Is I don't repeat gossip. So listen carefully. This is what we are looking into it. Listen first, talk second. Always try to understand first. Did I say first try to understand and then try to be understood? So this is what we are looking into it. Remember, the problems and the peoples are two different side of a coin altogether. Do not mix one by one. So please keep the people and the problem separate. Do not get personalized. Do not blame the person around it. This is what we are looking at here. So make sure that good relation are your first priority. This is the topmost fragment that comes around it. Always have an active listening skills. Ensure what people are saying and what do they mean around it. Please try to understand the person's position or the perception thereof. This is what we are looking at. When you talk, use an adult assertive approach rather than a submissive or a very aggressive style, something which should be rational that we are talking around it. This is what we are looking at as an adult and assertive approach. And never did I use the word negative. Never. Do not use submissive or aggressive style that comes across it. This is what we look into it. Addressing emotions at work. How do we go across it? Kick habits that hurts you. Did I say about surfing on your social media, checking on your mobiles, probably so and so? Habit that is procrastinating or overeating, disorganized. Procrastinating is where you actually try to defer the work till that end moment. You might have a plentiful amount of time, but you think just because there's a plentiful amount of time, you start avoiding that work for the time being. And at the end of the day, you realize that you have too short period of time to complete the work. Remember, in any situation, no matter how stressful it is, all about it, always be calm and clear headed. This is what we are looking into it. When you start losing your temperature, eliminate any overreactive behaviors, eliminate loud pitch voices. Number one thing which I want to go around it, replace them with reasonable behaviors. Learn behavior modification technique every now and then. People will notice and people will try to copy it themselves. Take ownership of your emotions and your reaction. This is what we talk around it. This is emotions that we go around it. Remember, first thing and foremost thing about your emotion, first have an adult style approach of talking. Number two, always modulate your voice to a lower pitch. Even though your emotions might be going high on the scale, please modulate it and try to rationalize your behaviors every now and then. We come to the very fag end. Remember, the very fag end, the one thing that makes the most of it is attitude. Remember, it is your attitude will determine your altitude in the organization. So talk, be nice, talk nicely, and that is all from my side for today. Thank you, everyone.